everyone, it's Jen. Welcome back to Yarn Purpose. Today I want to talk about the Bijou Spun Gobi Yarn. Hey everyone, welcome back to Yarn Purpose. Today I'm here to talk to you about a new to me yarn, the Bijou Spun Gobi Yarn. So I knit up a swatch and I blocked it, and so I just wanted to show it to you and also just show off the yarn. So the yarn came from Bijou Basin Ranch. Again, it's the Bijou Spun Gobi Yarn. It is 35% baby camel, 35% baby camel, and 65% silk. In each skein, you get 435 yards for 3.45 ounces. And the recommended needle size is a US 1 to a US 5. I knit my swatch on a US size 3. Because this yarn is camel and silk, I most likely would use it for a shawl or something. So I decided just to sort of use that middle recommended needle size. And also, I figured I probably wouldn't go lower than a 3, US size 3 for knitting a shawl. I mean, I probably honestly would knit it maybe on a 4 or 5, but I tried the 3 today. So here's the yarn. The colorway I have here is colorway number 3, which is air or ear. It's spelled E-I-R. And you can see that it's a 3-ply yarn. I'll move this out of the way. It'll probably be a little easier to see. So it's a 3-ply yarn. So you do get, and you'll see in the swatch, you do get like the little specks of blue. It's not totally solid, and you can definitely see this when I pull the plies apart here. And I would say that this is a little bit, I don't know if you can see this coming off, I would say it is kind of fuzzy, like almost like an alpaca yarn. Definitely while I was knitting, I was getting a little bit of fuzz on my desk, but a beautiful yarn, and it's super strong. When I was done knitting my swatch, I was trying to just break the yarn with my hand, and because of all that silk content, yeah, I had to get the scissors out. So it's a very strong, durable yarn. So here is my swatch. So I just put some things in my swatch that I would probably just normally put in a shawl. So I just started out with some garter stitch. Again, I used a US size 3, so it's a little bit loose. So if you were knitting something more like a hat or fingerless mitt, something where you didn't want the air to get through, for me, I would have to definitely maybe go down to a size 1 or 2. Then I did a little bit of stockinette here. And I love the drape that I was getting in the stockinette for sure. Then I went to some seed stitch, mostly because I recently did a design with seed stitch, so I just decided to throw some in there. I feel like the seed stitch does get a little bit lost in this yarn, but again, maybe if I tightened up my gauge, maybe you'd be able to see it a little bit better. And then I just did some lace. I just did a similar lace pattern to a recent design I was working on. It was kind of in my head, so I just knit a couple repeats of lace. I love how this lace turned out in this yarn. It is beautiful. I feel like the stitch definition is really nice with the lace. So you can see I did some double decreases here, which I did a central double decrease. So I slipped 2 stitches as if to knit 2 together, knit 1 past the 2 slip stitches over, so you get that nice vertical sort of column of stitches. And I love the way that they pop on this yarn. Really pretty. And so when I blocked the swatch, I just wet blocked it. I don't really know what the protocol for blocking camel is, but I figured it was an animal fiber like alpaca or wool. So I thought it would block like alpaca, which to me it did. So I think that, yeah, it just brought out the stitches beautifully. I really love the drape, probably because of the silk that I'm getting with this swatch, again, with the size 3. I think it looks really great. So I think that this yarn would be really great for shawls, especially. I obviously am mostly a shawl knitter. So I think that this would be a beautiful yarn for a shawl or a wrap. And I do think that if you were going to do something again where you needed to keep the air out, like a hat or fingerless mitts or mittens or something, you definitely are going to have to go down a few needle sizes. I am a loose knitter, but I think most people would find that they'd have to go down on onto a smaller needle. If you want to learn more about this yarn, my friend Barbara, who's Watch Barbara Knit here on YouTube, she also took a look at this yarn on her YouTube channel. So I will go ahead and leave a link to Barbara's review down below. She also, I know she put some cables in the yarn, in her yarn swatch. So if you are curious about the cables, you should definitely go check out her video. But yeah, I definitely would make a shawl out of this yarn. I look forward to trying more of the colors. I looked on the website. There's some beautiful, beautiful colors for this yarn. So I think this would be a great one for a shawl. So that's it for me for today. If you like this video, go ahead and give it that thumbs up. And if you want to see more from me, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you like, you can hit that bell to turn on notifications to be notified when I upload a new video. I upload videos on most Fridays. So that's it for me for today. Have a great week, everybody, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.